They have some true one-on-one conversation with the kids. They're able to go and understand first why they're not playing, and then explain to the people that they love why they're not playing, and then be man enough to say, hey, I got to sit on my own too, and when I'm ready, I'll go play. Good question.
Obviously, a lot is being made about the pass rush. So I'm asking from the other side, what have you seen from your backs in terms of pass protection?
We watch a lot of old film, from Brian Robinson, from Najee and those guys about the pride that you have to take in being a pass protector in order to play. So these guys will tell you the first thing that we have to do well is protect the quarterback and protect the football. So that's imperative. None of these guys have really been in a lot of those third and long, third and short situations, where they got to go protect the quarterback. So we work on it every day in individual period. We watch it every day. We train our eyes. We watch cut ups. So hopefully those are the things that'll show up in the big moments. We had a one-on-one versus linebackers today, which was good for us. It was very heated. So we'll watch those things, but when the first game kicks off, that's when you really tell who can do it.
It sounds like it's a bit of a 1A, 1B type situation when you're talking about Jam and Justice. Do you feel like their skills are complementary in a sense, their style of running?
You know what? All those guys in the room are good players. They all feed off of each other. I think they all take a little bit of each other's games. Justice and Jam have a really good relationship. Just like I can name 3 or 4 of them. They all do. But those two obviously are very excited about the opportunity to finally go play. Obviously Jam has been around here, a few more years, kind of waited his turn. And he's ready to go play. Justice is a guy that got better throughout the season. With just little things that it takes to play the game and be complete. And, but very competitive guys, those two. Get along, hang out. But I think, both of those guys are really ready to push each other. And I think they realize it, and you look at the pictures on the back of the running back room, I point them out all the time. All those guys were once in that room at the same time. Mm-hmm. And now they're all playing in the NFL. One just retired. So all those guys are just pushing each other, man, and understand they're going to need each other to play well this season.
How do you think about the substitution piece of it? Are you like a situational? Are you a hot hand guy?
Yeah, obviously, the guy that's playing well is a guy that deserves to get in the groove and play, but, definitely want to keep those guys fresh. We want to play 17 games, and obviously, a lot of the games in the SEC also go down to the fourth quarter, and who can be the freshest and who can make those plays. So I think when you got a lot of really good running backs, a lot of good players in any position, you want to make sure you do a great job of putting those guys in for the right situation. So that way, when the moment comes, you got a fresh guy that's ready to go attack. But the hot hand is going to play.
Do you anticipate many situations in which 2 running backs are on the field at the same time? We'll game plan every week. And look at the formations and see if that's a formation or a package that gives us an advantage. And if it does, we'll take advantage of it. The fact that we can always pull that out is good. I don't know how much we'll major in those things, but if we can have a couple game plans of things that they can do, we'll do it. But I tell the backs all the time, it's your job to make us create packages for you. So if we got 3 or 4 guys in the room, we'll create something with 3 guys, right? If we got receivers that all need to be on the field, we'll create packages for those guys and tight ends. So I think that's the fun part of this offense is that we can take the handcuffs off and just go let anybody play anything.
When you have a quarterback like Miller who can run the ball, how much does it open up maybe for the running backs?
Yeah, it definitely does. Coach Sheridan does a really good job of emphasizing, carrying out your fakes. If you hand the ball off, carry it out. Milroe's one of the most explosive guys in college football. Heck, I think if you look at the football game, everybody wants to play with Milroe in the game. So everybody's going to be afraid of what he can do with the ball in his hands. So when he does hand it off, he's going to attract a lot of players, defenders with him. So it definitely helps the run game when a guy like him, if he hands the ball off and he runs left and the ball's going right, guys going to attract him a lot. So he's done a great job of understanding that he wants to be a complete player, not just a guy who plays well with the ball in his hand, but doing the small things that helps to create lanes for everybody else.
Last two.
It seems like there's been a point of emphasis on the offensive line to slim down and get a little bit more athletic because maybe potential to pull and things like that. Do you see anything stylistically changing in the way you guys are running the football because of that?
No, you have to be nasty and physical, man. Obviously, the numbers change about how many times you do this or that, but our offensive line, man, you come to Alabama to be a tough guy.
Yeah.
And there's a standard that has been set by the past offensive linemen, and these guys have embraced that. These guys are still tough, they're physical, they're nasty, they're competitive. Whenever we're throwing the ball, they're trying to take a guy and run him into the ground. When we run the ball, we're trying to move a guy off his spot and finish him into the ground. So nothing changes with those guys. Those guys are still the same, have fun, tight bond group that wants to go dominate. And you win games in this league up front. Whether it's on the offensive side or defensive side of the ball, you're going to win with those big guys up front.
You had a lot of pre-existing relationships in terms of recruiting. This staff did not. How do you explain the fact that they've had success in spite of that?
I'll be honest with you, man. The Alabama logo is big. I've coached a lot of places and been received differently at different places. When you walk into a school and you're at Alabama, Alabama's still a logo and a brand that everyone knows and loves. So obviously I think everyone was excited to take on this opportunity to be a coach at Alabama, which allows you to walk into any school and feel differently than you've ever felt before. And I've been a part of that. So I think we got a great brand to sell. Tuscaloosa is a great place. Kids want to go a place where they can have a chance to win a championship, and nothing's better than having a proof to show that you can win one here. And we got the resources that are going to take care of you for even life after football.
Thank you, Coach.